Hey guys, welcome back to Dynasty Football Live. Today we're going to be doing our first ever first round 12-team single QB rookie mock draft. Hope you guys are excited as we are. This is really where we're starting to get into our Dynasty chatter here. We're going to start getting you guys set up and a little bit more acclimated to all these rookies and where we feel like they're going to land in the first round. With that being said, I'm going to give it over to Manny here. We're going to go to the draft board, and we're going to take the 1-1.
All right. These are basically rankings at this point since we have no landing spots. But for the most part, this will basically be how you would draft them in a standard league. So no surprise here. I'm going to go with Bijan Robinson. He can do it all. And that's something I pick for the 1.1.
Awesome. Good pick there, Manny. I think he's everyone's consensus 1-1 at this point. Stud running back there. I think everyone wishes they had the 1-1 this year. It's very important when you're starting a dynasty startup or in any dynasty football draft. Please pay close attention to how good the actual running backs are in that draft class. This year, it's 1A and 1B for me. And that 1B at 1.2 here is going to be Jahmyr Gibbs. So without hesitation, give me Jahmyr Gibbs.
Okay. And I think for the most part, these two guys are almost landing spot proof. Maybe more Bijan than Gibbs, but I mean, they're both extremely talented. And depending on draft capital, they're probably going to be landing spot proof, I would imagine. Only time will tell. At this point, I'm going to get. I think personally, the next guy off the board should be JSN. I'm not too worried about what happened last year. We saw his 2021 season was ridiculous. I think everyone was so impressed with what he did with Olave and Garrett Wilson on the team. Essentially led the team statistically at the wide receiver position. So. That's who I'm taking at the 1.3.
Awesome. Yeah, I like the pick there. I feel like he's definitely, without a doubt, the first receiver off the board this year. Definitely can't go wrong with that pedigree either with the Ohio State background there. So with me, I'm going to take that next best available wide receiver here, in my opinion, and I think he kind of trumps Zach Charbonnet at this point. These two could be very, very close at the 1-4. I like to lean towards if there's a fringe running back that isn't elite, I like to take the more sure thing in the longevity at wide receiver at the position. So I'll take Quentin Johnson here at the 1-4.
All right. I think at the 1.5, even though receivers do have a lot of longevity, I think we're kind of the next receiver up to me is maybe in a different tier. He's definitely close to the top two, but I think he's definitely a different tier. And Zach Charbonnet for me showed a lot at the combine. I think he showed definitely adequate speed, and what we can see, watching film or the highlights, you can definitely see that he's a playmaker. He can catch it really, really well out of the backfield. He can run it, obviously, and he just has a really, really good size to be a workhorse. So for me right here, I'm going to take Zach Charbonnet.
Great pick. Okay, so for me, this pick right here could easily end up flip-flopping. Depending on landing spot, once again, we're just kind of guessing where these wide receivers are ranked at this point. This could all switch. This could all easily backfire. And Jordan Addison here for me at the 1-6 is a no-brainer. He could end up being the very first wide receiver off the board, kind of like when Henry Ruggs went in the draft a few years ago. I think that, he's very, very has very good hands, very good route running. And again, the longevity of the position here for me is what sells me at the 1-6 with Jordan Addison. So that's my 1-6.
Continue with that trend, and I'm going to get another wide receiver. And I'm going to go with Jalen Hyatt at the 1.7. I hate to keep saying it, but landing spots are so important. It's kind of tough to make a decision without landing spots, but I think at this point, this is where he goes for me.
Yeah, I like Hyatt. Again, Hyatt, depending on landing spot, could easily see himself at the 1-6. I think they could flip flop there. So that's what kind of receiver we're talking about here with Jalen Hyatt. So, at the 1-8 here, I'm going to take easy position for me to get here at the 1-8. Quarterback is going to be starting to come off the board around this time, I feel like, in this draft. So for me, it's going to be C.J. Stroud, which he's projected first overall pick at this point. And, depending on who it is, we're still not 100% sure. It could be C.J. or Bryce, but depending on that, that's who I'll take here at the 1-8 and feel really good about it. You want to get your quarterbacks while you can, because I feel like CJ and Bryce aren't going to get out of the top 12 this year. So that's my pick.
At the 1.9, I'm going to go ahead and get Bryce Young. I think, either of those two guys, if they both go where we think they're going to go, or even if they flip-flop, if Stroud goes to the Panthers or Bryce Young goes to the Panthers or the Texans, whatever the landing spot is, if they're the same teams, they're going to be playing right away for the most part. So you're going to get a return your investment pretty quickly. Will it be good right away? Probably not, but I don't think you can overlook the fact they're going to be playing right away, in my opinion, for those two teams.
Absolutely. All right. So here at the 110, I'm going to have to take it back to wide receiver. There's a guy I like, very, very, very good hands, and excellent route runner as well. I'm going to take Zay Flowers here at the 110. Just, tons of production at the position last year in college football. And I think that his draft stock is only going to continue to rise to where we're going to see this guy permanently in the first round.
For me, this is going to definitely, depend on the landing spot here. But if Richard or Anthony Richardson goes to a team like the Colts that are definitely, quarterback needy, they have the ex-coordinator of the Eagles. Maybe they use him in a similar way that they used Jalen Hurts last year. Obviously, Richardson's not as polished of a passer as Hurts, but if they can use him in the running game in that way, I think, obviously Richardson's value would skyrocket with that rushing yard upside. So I'm going to take Richardson here at the 1.11.
Like that pick, man. I like it a lot. Okay, so for me, the next, man, at the 112 here, you could go several different ways. Obviously, everybody would probably go with, a running back or a quarterback here. I'm a little different. So I like to spread the board out a little bit. And one of the hardest positions to fill, actually, in all of fantasy football is the tight end position. So for me, it's going to come down to two tight ends here. Pick or choose who you want. For me, I'm going to take Michael Mayer. I like this guy. I think that the pedigree, being a Notre Dame tight end and doing what he did his final year in college, just showed that he solidified himself as the top tier tight end. And, hopefully he goes to a tight end needy team. And if he does, could be looking at another TJ Hawkinson type guy to where they're for sure, or like a Pat Fryermuth finds themselves solidified at the back half of this first round. So I think we hit on all of our positions here, which I'm very excited about. And, that will conclude our first round of our 12-team mock draft. Yeah, so with our mock draft, man, I think we hit all the nails on the head there, from start to finish. just wanted to show you guys where we would be at this point in the draft and with all these prospects. For sure, you want to get your running backs while you can. Sometimes if we feel like running backs and aren't that elite, like in this draft class, for me, the elite are 1 and 2 with Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs. After that, I'm taking best available wide receiver, and then we'll come back to snatch up our middle tier, maybe fringe, elite running backs. But for me, Charbonnet's not quite there yet. He could be there, but we're not going to quite roll the dice on him just yet. So depending on landing spot, he could jump easily up into the 1-3 spot, depending on landing spot. So that's what I saw there in the first round. We saw a late run on quarterbacks, and we topped it off with a little sprinkle of that tight end position. So with that being said, how do you think we did there, bud?
No, I think we did a good job. I think one of the things that we have to keep, bringing up is the fact that obviously the landing spots are key, but this is just an idea of, the where we have them ranked as of right now, based on, their pro days. So most of them have had pro days already, based on their performance in the combine. Obviously Richardson made a statement at the combine. So I think that's why I selected him where I did. I think he's going to be probably a top 5 pick now based on that. I'm sorry.
I'm excited about this, man. It's our very first, we're introducing you guys to what we were hoping to the whole time, Dynasty Football, man. This is where we're going to start mixing the pie, getting you guys involved, and hopefully get you guys set up to win some championships, man. So that's what we're here for. That's what we're all about. We're all about having fun. We're all about showing you the ins and outs of where these prospects may fall, man. So it's a big game of chess at this point. We want to get you first in line to make sure that you're not, scrambling on draft day on who to draft in your Dynasty Football draft. So
that's all we got, right?
Yeah, man, that's going to be it, man. And always remember this, guys. Take your running backs while you can, man, because if not, you'll be searching and clawing to trade for one later on, and they ain't cheap. So that being said, baby, Dynasty Football out.